Thanks for having me on. Ed, John, fantastic job. Love working with you guys. Dave, thanks for putting this together, and the other leaders. I'm really excited for what this call can be, and I'm really excited that it gives us a platform. When I say us, the founders of the company and maybe some other strategic partners, to jump on and share with you some of the exciting things that are going on, as well as continue to share the vision of the company. So I really appreciate you inviting me onto this call. And from all 5 founders, let us be the first to say our thoughts and prayers are with all of you out there. I know these are kind of crazy times, and we're all having to navigate some things. So our prayers are with you. We hope all of you are well and safe and healthy, and we'll get through this. And as we come out of it, we're going to have a great company to go out and introduce to the world. So I guess we all have to be a little bit patient right now, but we sure hope that you're all doing well. So to begin with, everyone, I was thinking about and actually talking with Richard Smith today, and I had a conversation with Roger as well, and they both asked me, hey, what are you going to talk about tonight? And so I took a few minutes and thought about that, and I thought, what would be the most important things, the most important message I could share with, it looks like, about 400 people. And I started writing down a list, and I started going through thoughts, and it became very apparent very quickly that, wow, I've got a lot of things to talk about. So I had to kind of filter it out a little bit, and hopefully this won't be the last time I get invited to the call. But I narrowed it down to just a couple of things. And as I was watching the presentation by John and watching how rNetwork was represented, man, I got so excited. And they did such a fantastic job. But I want to share with you a little bit more about the vision and expand upon that. Matter of fact, my hope is that after the call, everyone on the call will come away from here having a little bit broader perspective of what rNetwork is, what the participation marketplace is, and what our vision is and why we're doing this. So I wanted to talk about really 2 things: vision of the company, more particularly the vision of the participation marketplace, building the network, and how these 2 things work together to drive success for all of us. So to begin with, let's talk about vision a little bit. And to do that, rNetwork and this concept of a participation marketplace, which is a new term, but a very familiar term to all of us, because we've all heard the term marketplace. Matter of fact, one of the important things to do when you want to start changing the course or pivoting on the traditional definition of what people have in their minds, you have to first look at the definition of what people think and when they hear the word marketplace, what's the first thing that comes into their mind? What are people today out in society thinking and defining a marketplace to be? And I think that we would all agree that a marketplace traditionally was a place to buy goods and services, products. And then as we moved into the e-commerce world, that definition started to expand, and a marketplace became a e-commerce stop where we could go find the product we're looking for, but not only the product we're looking for, we find multiple vendors selling that product. So it almost became a very competitive place. Marketplaces where people are trying to sell many items, sometimes the very same items, and they're forced to compete, which actually benefits us. So marketplaces are really exciting, but there's some traditional downfalls of that, and we're seeing it right before our eyes. Amazon is, they're the big boys on the block right now, and I think Amazon does a phenomenal job. Matter of fact, I think my wife supports half of their sales. Hopefully many of you don't feel the same way, but Amazon has been it's been a really interesting thing in my household. And I really have a tremendous amount of respect for Jeff Bezos and what he's done. But I believe there's some downfalls with that model. And as I look at Amazon and the traditional marketplace and the competition that goes on internally on a marketplace, all the founders got together and said, you know what, there's a better way to do this. And we came up and termed the phrase participation marketplace. And I want to go into that just a little bit and share with you why there's a difference. And you really need to understand this and grab the vision of what we are, so that you can now share that with other people. So let's look at a participation marketplace. To begin with, it's not an open competition. Many times we'll have products in there that potentially could compete, but our philosophy is find the right products, the products that the network, meaning you, want and need, and let's bring those products in a strategic way and present them in a way that helps you save money and earn money. Now, another difference with a participation marketplace is many marketplaces, you can call Costco, eBay marketplaces. Many of those marketplaces offer a lot of products, but when we looked at it, we said, you know what? This is our network. When I say our, I'm meaning our, O-U-R. This is all of our network. How do we bring together all of the products, all of the services that we all need and enjoy and want in our lives? How do we build something up to that scale? So we started defining this a little bit and putting it in verticals and saying, you know what? There's financial products. There's products that we just search the internet for. There are products and services that one-off products and services that we have to go engage with to enhance our lives. We have medical needs. We have all kinds of different things that we interact with. Matter of fact, if you look at your own personal economy and all of the different things that make up your lives, it's pretty daunting to think about how do we pull all that together in one place. But that's exactly what we're doing. We have identified 8 very, very specific verticals that we're going to be building product sets within these verticals that cover the biggest majority of the things that you guys engage with and participate in your lives. And you guys get to help participate in that by helping us identify those things. And you will see very shortly, when I say very shortly, let's say shortly, you will see that we're going to start engaging with you and asking your opinions on where do we go next and what types of products do we bring into the marketplace, because this is for all of us. So the other part of a participation marketplace is how do we help you benefit not only from the products in your lives, but financially with everything that happens. So we've got 2 guiding principles when it comes to the products and services we bring in. 1 has to save people money. 2, we have to be able to share the revenues, so you have to be able to earn commissions on all those products. Those are our 2 principles that we bounce every product off of. Now, in many cases, we're using third party. So, for example, the global mall right now, these are third-party relationships. And so many times you'll have great products at great prices. It might not be the best price all the time, but we're moving that direction. That's what a participation marketplace is. It's an ever-expanding umbrella where we envision a time that everything you engage with in your life can be done within the marketplace. That's where we're going. That's what we're building. And that's what you get to represent. Now, it's been 10 months. We've made huge strides. Many of you probably don't recognize all the strides and all the improvements that we have made, but we've got a long way to go. But guess what? You're on this ride with us. You get to help us. You're at the forefront of this opportunity, which is so exciting. You get to tell the stories about where we were, where we started, and how we expanded, and this vision came to reality, and you get to live that with us, and it's very exciting for all of us. So I want to kind of transition a little bit and talk about the network, building the network. And why is the network so important to our success? The way we view this, and I speak for all the founders and the employees and that we call them founding employees that work here. I speak for all of us when I say this is a partnership. We've got a job to do, and it's a huge job, but you've got a job to do as well. And we're enlisting you and asking you to participate and believe with us and build the network. And as you do this, I believe that you're going to see, as we work together and the network grows, we're going to have the opportunity to go out and leverage the network, meaning our numbers, and we're going to have a loud voice and be able to bring in better products, cheaper products, more commissions to you, and we're going to be able to engage with the biggest companies in the world, and we're already seeing evidence of that. So that's why the network is so important. Matter of fact, let's talk a little bit about the network and why the compensation plan and the network fit so closely together. We've been working on this compensation plan, or versions of this compensation plan, for about 11 years. And we came to a realization about 3 years ago, actually putting a compensation plan together for a solar company, that this model and the way it's structured and the way it builds and the way it helps people work together, and the synergistic nature of the compensation plan fits perfect with this kind of a concept. See, we're not product centric. We don't have to worry about one single product. Matter of fact, we don't want you to be salespeople. We want you to share the opportunity to join the network and participate in the network any way you see fit and any way it benefits your life. And this compensation plan is structured very specifically to work with this type of a model. It's outside the box a little bit. And as you compare, it's really interesting, as you compare this compensation plan with others out in the industry, you could have some people that feel like, wow, we don't really see the benefit of that compensation plan. That's because they don't understand the vision of where we're going. The simple fact that the front end is as simple as engaging with 3 people and inviting 3 people to participate with you in this opportunity, and you get, if you do it quick enough, you get the $75 back, your initial startup cost back, and now you're cash flow positive. You're making more money than you spent, which is one of our principles. Is incredible. And if you really understand the power of that, which many of you I'm sure do, that's the beginning of duplication. That's the beginning of the seed of motivation and the seed of momentum. Meaning, if someone goes out very quickly and gets 3, they're excited, and what are they going to help their 3 people do? Get excited and do the same thing. And as that duplicates and the front end of this comp plan takes hold, it's going to be incredible to see the teams that are built and the speed in which they're built. And that's all done to drive the growth of the network. We're focused right now on charter members. Eventually, we're going to flip and say, you know what? Keep building your teams. But now let's go engage the world and bring them on as fans. Let's bring them on as customers. And as you saw in the presentation, a charter membership position is a business center. That one position can have as many fans as they want to engage with. And every time a fan purchases a product, those commissions just stack up. And that one position has unlimited earning potential. That's the power of the compensation plan. That's why we're enlisting you and asking you to go help us believe, or ask you to believe and help us build the network so that all things come together. The participation marketplace, the network and the leverage to go make all this happen. We have shared responsibility, and as it comes together, it is going to be unbelievable what we do together. That's what we talk about on a daily basis. We sit around and say, how do we share the vision and the scope of what we're trying to put together and get people to believe and understand where we're going? Because once you believe, it's not a job. You're not selling, you're sharing. And you don't have to go talk to people. You want to go talk to people. You want to invite people to it. That's when we talk about, and it was said at least twice that I remember on the presentation, the bigger it gets, the better it gets. That's what we're talking about. Now, I want to transition just a little bit into why, because it's really important. I want you guys to understand why we're doing this. We believe, and I'm going to share some things that are at the core of who we are as individuals and who we are as a company. We believe in the law of abundance. We truly do. We believe that in this capitalistic society that we live in, there's plenty for all. And we also believe that as we all have abundance, it enhances our lives and gives us the ability to reach out and help others have abundance as well. We believe that there's a better way to transact out in society. As we're out there working with businesses and the competition that's out there, there's nothing wrong with having a capitalistic view on life. But sometimes it's exhausting, and sometimes we feel like we don't have any leverage and we don't have a voice in the things that we have to engage with. A good example of that would be, let me just pick one, insurance. Do you have any leverage when you go out and shop for insurance other than having one company compete against another? And yet we have to have insurance. It's, in many cases, it's the law. We have to engage in that in our lives, and yet we don't feel like we have a lot of say, and so we just do the best we can. There's a better way to transact out there. And if we pull this market, or as we pull this marketplace together, and we bring in products and services that we all need, guess what? Our voice becomes louder and stronger and bigger and more powerful, and we may just be able to have an influence on the things that we need. And on top of that, we believe that together we can do more. We can accomplish more. We can live more full lives. We can bring more joy to our own personal lives and those that we associate with. And I'll put it this way, together we can build something great. And that is at the core of what our network is. We have got so many things that we're excited to announce, and you're going to see over the coming months the full scope of what our network is and what a participation marketplace is, and you guys get to enjoy and benefit from all of it. But we need your help as well. So, guys, hopefully I've shared a few things with you that give you a glimpse into who we are and what we're trying to accomplish. And I hope you take away from this the invitation, the honest, sincere invitation to help us build something great, because together we can. And it's going to be amazing, the lives we change. And those aren't just empty words. We truly believe that. So thank you very much for giving me just a few minutes to talk tonight. I can't wait to share some other things with you and talk philosophically about a lot of things. But you know what? We love you. We appreciate you. Many of you have been with us for a long time. Thanks for the patience. Thanks for the belief. And thank you for the time tonight. Love you guys.